GunninGamerz here. We are back in SpinTires. I know it's been a long time. It was last fall, the last time we were in here doing some mudding. I've been tinkering around with the game a whole lot since then, and I got a whole bunch of really cool trucks, modded trucks, that we're going to be going mudding just in time for Memorial Weekend, which I don't know about what it's like where you're from, but where I'm from, it's all about mudding. A lot of mud fests going on. Everybody out, getting out in that freshly thawed ground and just tearing up the mud. So we've got some pretty cool mods here, and I think the first one I'd like to take a look at is the Jeep Wrangler, and look at who I found driving it. Nico freaking Bellic, GTA 4 superstar. He came out today and he's going to be ripping around in the Wrangler. So let's go ahead and get started, and I've got some really great news about SpinTires before we get too far here. Now this Jeep Wrangler, I haven't used it a whole lot, but it seems like it's based on the little Jeep that comes by default in the game. In fact, it uses the same sound, and it kind of handles quite the same, but it's a very beautiful looking model nevertheless. We're going to be taking out 4 of our trucks here. We've got the Ford Bronco, the 79 Chevy pickup, the Ford F350 pickup, and obviously the Jeep Wrangler here. So we're gonna get started here, but the big news is that just the other day they finally have updated their website into saying that this game will be releasing in June of 2014, so next month. And holy cow, we gotta get her in high here. Now she's smoking. And so it'll be only about a month more that we gotta wait, and we'll have this game to rip around. And what they've said on their website is that basically we're gonna have to take responsibility of operating large all-terrain vehicles and venture across the rugged landscapes with only a map and a compass to guide us. And also that we're gonna be exploring levels and unlocking portions of the map while discovering new trucks, fueling stations, garages, and lumber mills. And the most exciting thing for me is the fact that they said that we'll be collecting the lumber with a crane, and I think that means we're going to have to go ahead and load it ourselves, and we'll have to deliver it to a certain objective, an objective on the map. So we're going to have to use the surroundings to our advantage, you know, watch our damage on the vehicle, our fuel, the whole 9 yards. So I'm super excited about this. I can't wait to see all the things that are going to be built into the actual game. Again, what we see here is the tech demo that was released in May. Actually, this one I've got was released in June of 2013 of last year. So we're just coming up to a year now, and we're finally getting some good news about it. I can't believe it's already been a year since I started playing this. There was a few months there that I didn't really pick it up a whole lot, but recently I've jumped back in and really decided to get in and start modding it and enjoying some of the mods that are out there. There's also modded maps, but we're gonna pretty much just stick to looking at the default one here today. I gotta get my diff lock turned off there, and we'll get a whole lot better speed. Whoa! This thing really rips it. See if we can climb up this hill. I know that there's going to be a lot of accessories that we'll be able to purchase. And if you haven't checked out my other 2 videos that I did in, I think it was September of last year, definitely check them out. They'll be at the end of the link will be at the end of this video, but they said that we'll have ability to purchase engine upgrades, and this was what it said last year. It's not on their website right now, but also we'd be able to, you know, buy like a winch, a tire inflation deflation system. Maybe we'll have suspension and tire upgrades and things like that for our different vehicles. Again, these are modded trucks that we're looking at today, but we'll probably go ahead and spawn in. At least we're going to spawn a truck with some logs on it. getting stuck there. Try to get climbing this hill. I can hear my other trucks are rearing up and ready to go here. This Jeep is pretty good. Looks good. Flinging mud. Climbs right on through. We were getting that that little UAZ stuck over here. And that's what I said. I think that the frame, I think this is maybe built on that. I'm not sure. It's obviously using the same sound files. That's the little Jeep Wrangler there. It's a fun little vehicle. They're making it very easy for people to be able to mod in here, which is great, because I imagine, you know, obviously when the game comes out, we're even going to have some real nice different trucks and things like that to haul with. So there's our Wrangler. We'll park it here, and let's hop over to the Ford F-350. You talk about rolling coal, baby. Look at that. Love it. This thing will really get up and go too. I prefer to have this style of shifting here, where I can choose, you know, high and low. Seems like the vehicles drive a lot better, and I can get them to go a lot faster. I'll take one more rip around this portion of the track, and then the other two trucks I'm going to bring over to the testing area. I know the neighbors down the road from me, they've got a couple of nice big trucks, and they've been out in the fields just rodding around with all the mud. We've been getting, I think in May already, we've had over a foot of rain. We got a couple inches the other night. Everything is just so muddy. The farmers are not even able to get out there to get crops or nothing. So definitely seems very fit for me to be in here mudding around with the truck, since I don't have one, and I'm not going to take my my Suburban Z71 out in the mud and beat on that. Thoughts crossed my mind, but I don't think I could afford to fix it if I break it. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to back her up. And I really can't wait, though, to see the final product with the physics and things like that. So we got it in low there. Let's bump it back into high. Just rootin' and snootin' right through the pile. Almost a little hard to drive this one sometimes when you get in that certain view and she starts to roll coal in your face. Got some pretty aggressive tires on there. I'll have the description and the link below for all these different mods if you're interested in going and trying them out. Just make sure that if you do download this game, that you do download the tech demo. That's the regular demo is it's not going to have all this stuff up here in the right corner. It's going to be more like this, and you can't really add anything, so you want to make sure you get the tech demo. Let's get back to our mudding here. Oh, now we got it buried up to the axles. Let's just switch it into low and see what happens. I haven't found low in these trucks anyway to really do a whole lot for me. I also haven't been able to get too many of these trucks stuck either. Holy cow. That's where I'm going to be excited for the regular game here to come in and... Whoa, this thing's got some lights on it. Holy Hannah. I'll be excited to get in the real game and actually really get that winch, put that winch to use. This one has one on there. Boy, are we really digging now. We got ourselves a Gravedigger here. Call this one Gravedigger. I have not been able to get this one that stuck yet. Holy man alive. Oh, now we're gonna come up against this tree. Try to see if we can maneuver out of it here. So I've been doing some streaming on Twitch of this game, and actually found that there's a lot of people, surprisingly, because I do a lot of, you know, Euro Truck Simulator and things like that. If you watch my channel, you'll know, and Farm Simulator. There's a lot of people that are into those games that have never heard of SpinTires. So I got lucky. I caught an article about it June of last year when they had released their second demo. I think it's been around for like a year or two already. Well, a year for sure, but I think it's been around for 2 years. I've seen some mods that go pretty far back. So there was an article written up in PC Gamer about it last June when the second demo release had come out, and that's when I found out about it. So I'm glad that this time has passed, though, because I don't know if I could wait much longer. That's kind of why, you know, I walked away from it, because, you know, it's just it was hard for me to keep playing it. I want the real thing already. The mods are great, but we'll go ahead and park this over here, and we're going to jump over now to the 79 Chevy. This one sounds really nice when it's idling. Idle's really high, but I don't like it quite as much as the Bronco over there when it comes to the driving sound. Got a snorkel on it and everything. We gotta get her switched over. There we go. Put her in gear. Put her in high. The other way works fine for driving too. I just find that I get more speed out of it this way. You really don't, you lose a lot of that speed when you've got your diff lock on, so we'll turn that off. Get a little bit back here. Now this one here, for obvious reasons, has not been the very best at the rock climbing. Still doesn't have quite enough clearance. See if we can fire up some headlights on this one. Good old 79. Turn off our all-wheel drive as well as our diff lock. See if we can get some speed out of it here. Look at that mud fly. Let's take it around our mud track here. This is always a tricky part with trying not to go in that lake. Oh, it does have a snorkel on it. We might as well try her out, huh? I think this one's a little deeper over here. Oh, now we're sucking water. Put her right to the bottom. There it goes. Another good mod though. Actually, kind of really open it up here. The sound's not quite so bad, but you'll see when we go to the Ford Bronco here that it just sounds quite a bit better. I think the same guy modded these two trucks. They came in the same file. I actually went to download the Chevy here, and there was a file inside of that file that had the Ford Bronco, so I pulled it out of the file and put it by itself, and lo and behold, there's the Ford Bronco. Get it off get some air here. I don't think we're getting enough speed. Whoa, hopping a little bit. Let's just race it down the bumps over here and see what we get. Maybe this is where low would be better. No, it didn't really make too much of a difference. Guy's shirt says SpinTires. Yeah, it sounds, I really like the way that it sounds. I think it idles too high, but I like the way it sounds when it is idling. So that's another good mod. Let's go ahead and take a look at my favorite one so far. Should have saved this one for last, which it is the last of our trucks here. There are several others out there, but these are some of the American trucks that I really liked. This thing is a sweet mod, and again, I didn't download it. I downloaded that Chevy, the '79 Chevy, and this was inside of that file, so it's kind of weird, but I pulled it out, and like I said, we got a truck. I love the way that it idles, the sound, and it sounds good when you rev her up too. Let's go ahead and change it here. This thing really roots and snoots. I love the way that this truck flies through. I'm not sure what year of Bronco this is, but it's a Ford Bronco. Which looks a hell of a lot like a Chevy Blazer, don't it? Frickin' hit this sucker and see what happens. Oh yeah, whoa, right on the Chevy, right on the Chevy. You'd almost think I was a Ford fan here, but that's, I love them all. There's not one that I pick over the other. Holy crap. Alright, let's jump back in the Chevy here and back it up. Uh-oh. It's stuck. Oh, we had the brake on there, I think. Oh, man. I think we busted our suspension. Oh, just can't do it. That's alright. You could always snap it. Just like that. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove our Blazer so that we can hear this one. That Chevy is awfully loud when it idles. We'll take this one down the bump course and then around the old mud track too. right up and over. Nice little air right there. Oh. Douched up the front end a little bit there. We got our four-wheel drive and our diff lock going. We're just hopping. Try out some water. Don't think we'll have any problem there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And maybe we will. We must have really gotten in too much water. Snap her back to land. Let's take it around the mud track and see what it does. Climbs that hill, no problem. A little bouncy, but it's got a lot of suspension, so I'm definitely not complaining about that. I love that it gets up and goes. It sounds damn good while it's doing it. Oh, hit some mud. Better lock her in. It does rocks pretty good too. Let's see if we can climb up here. That one's a little big. Try it in low. Almost. Turn the wheels and see if we can pull ourselves away. Almost. Now we're digging. Just can't back off of it either. Look at that. One wheel is just buried. There we go. Dug us a nice little hole. Uh-oh, we're driving over the flowers. See if we can catch some air over here. Guess the truck had different plans. This is all in just regular, you know, two-wheel drive, no diff lock. We're able to get that speed. Here's some real good mud to dig through. So that is the Ford Bronco. It is, I think, one of the best modded trucks as far as, you know, how it handles, the speed, the way that it sounds, you know, everything. Everything is really solid with this one. Love watching that suspension work. Very good truck. Let's jump over now and check out our... We're gonna go ahead and remove... Can't remove all of them at once, but we'll remove those. Alright, now I've gone ahead and loaded in a Big Pete here, and we're gonna go and back this up to this log trailer, and hopefully this attempt of hauling logs around goes a lot better than the last one that I tried in part 2. Oh, got a brake on. Oh, shot back. This does have all-wheel drive, so get all these tires moving. Just doesn't really have mud and tires, but doesn't seem to affect it too much. That thing just flying. This will be a little bit more like what the actual game is like, although we won't probably be driving Pete's around. We'll be hauling lots of loads of logs, and I'm hoping that we have to actually tie them down ourselves, and you know, the loading part, and if you don't get that part right, you know, you could be screwed from the start. So I had to enable the all-wheel drive there. See if we can take on this water. Put the all-wheel drive on. Put the diff lock. And right on through. We'll catch some mud here. Oh, I can't wait to get to this hill up here. This is a hard hill to climb. All-wheel drive with a diff lock. Oh, right on through. Oh. Losing my camera control. This is where I think we finally ended that last logging run. Just got totally buried. Made it up that hill, but whoop, could not go past this. And this is where we got the Ford stuck. Just plows right through. Caught on a tree. Just took it down, I think. Oh, we're getting in the soft stuff. Yeah, right here's where that Ford got buried. Let's try it in low. Yeah, I don't see much difference with it here either. Anybody that played Motor Max knows that in that game you had to use low like crazy, so... And again, these are mods. Boy, just went around that, no problem. Took it on a tree. Love that big bumper we've got on the front here. See if we can take it through the bump course. This ought to be interesting. I'm going to try it without the all-wheel drive first. Now I'll turn it on here. Look at that thing just hopping. You'd be busting some springs. Right up the hill. See what happens when we start out from a dead stop. Oh, that's interesting. The front wheels are still going forward here. We don't have it in all-wheel drive. Uh-oh, now we buried it. Go ahead and turn diff lock and all-wheel drive on. Just pulling it. Very interesting. Boy, there's nothing that stops this thing. Can't wait to see what we get when the game comes out and there's more tools for the modders to add more accessories onto these vehicles that we have right now. Actually have a working winch and things like that. I hope that eventually multiplayer is implemented. It'd be great to go out with your buddies and somebody gets stuck, you could pull them out with your truck and kind of work together. I don't know if we're going to see anything like that, but I think that'd be the ultimate. Have some co-op mudding. Right on through. It's pulling it through without the all-wheel on, but you can see the front wheels are still, well, the one is. Let's just see if we turn on the all-wheel drive. Let's just do diff lock, see if that locks. Yeah, it's almost like the all-wheel drive doesn't even have a purpose. Oh, look at that. So it's reversed. Right now we're spinning. When I turn it on, oh, it's still going. A minute ago it wasn't spinning. So basically the all-wheel drive doesn't, this thing is all the time all-wheel, it appears. Might be why it really does such a great job. As soon as that diff lock is in there, boy, it just takes right off. Pulling through the mud up a hill. That is the Pete 379. We'll probably come back in and take a look at the some more SpinTires. Maybe at least one time we'll check out a few more mods, and we'll see what happens in the next few weeks. But I can guarantee you that as soon as the regular game comes out and is released, we will be starting a new SpinTires series with all the missions and different things we got going on. You'll also be able to check us out on Twitch and see a lot of mudding happening over there. I'll be live streaming rather a lot of different mudding events. I'm pretty excited to see the different missions that we have. I hope there's a good variety of, and the other thing I really hope is that there's just a good challenge to the game and that it doesn't reward us too easily. I want to work for my truck and really, you know, the ability to upgrade and so on. Look at that. Oh, that's a little unrealistic. Just pulled right through that. I'd say this thing's a little OP when it comes to log hauling. No, it met its match. Maybe not. Oh, this bottom's out. It'll be great to have a game full of different vehicles that all, you know, are playing on the same level, because this thing frankly crawls better through about everything at a faster speed than the 8-wheeled MAZ did. So we all know that that wouldn't happen in real life like that. So, but we'll take it anyway. It's a fun vehicle. So we're gonna end this one here. I appreciate you all coming by and watching, and don't forget to check out our other SpinTires videos, part 1 and part 2 from last fall. And I definitely look forward to bringing a whole lot more SpinTires when the game releases in June, so you can count on us here to have that content for you. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and until next time, take care.